Back to the healthcare thing for a second. You want to cut $500 billion, or what is it out of Medicare?
It's 10%. I think what we all have to agree, and it's not 10%, actually, it's 10% of the growth that it's going to go through. You know, the fact of the matter is we have many more people that are older now. We have people living longer. It's a success of Medicare. A 10% cut in the amount that we do there, and some things we should pay more for in Medicare. We put $1,100 a night to put someone in a hotel room for breaking a hospital room for breaking their hip. We'll do nothing on the preventative side to keep them from having to slip and fall to begin with. I think we can make savings in Medicare. It's funny, my same colleagues like John Thune, who are now fighting to defend Medicare against a single cut, don't want to extend it to more Americans. They have this schizophrenia on Medicare.
Why'd you take a shot at him?
Because he's coming on next.
But I'm
just previewing.
No, it's fine, but I mean, now I have to deal with that. So I hope he doesn't take a shot at me like you have and make me feel bad.
No, I'm just being playful. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
It's okay. No, I'll be fine. Why is Senator McCain hysterical about just thinking cutting $500 million is just unconscionable? $500 billion.
Well, he's playing politics with it. I mean, these are the same guys that when they were in charge.
And you're not, of course.
No, I support Medicare. I mean, the Republicans never did, and they don't really now. So now that they're thumping their chest that they love Medicare, but they hate government programs. Those are two inconsistent positions. Either they think government does a good job providing health care, Medicare, or they don't. And while it's interesting that John McCain and John Thune, they have pretty good public plans. And in the case of John McCain, he has the mother of all public plan, which is Medicare, except he doesn't want anyone else to get a public plan. And I think that's inconsistent with what we should be doing here. 18
until they are talking with Anthony Weiner, the Amazon important. When people like you and John Thune and others get into politics, you worked for Schumer, and then what was your first gig in politics?
I right out of college went to intern for Schumer, and then I served in the city council here in New York for 7 years.
Oh, okay. And then you ran for Congress.
That's right.
And then have you run for the Senate yet?
No. I ran for mayor 4 years ago.
What happened there? Just
didn't work out so well.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I was endorsed by Bo Dietl. That was downhill from there.
It was? So do you have in the back of your mind, guys like you and Thune, of being president?
Well, Thune does. I mean, he should. I like John Thune. He's a really good-looking guy, consistent, conservative, and everything else. I can't,
Why?
I'm a Jewish kid from Brooklyn. I don't make presidents out of people like me.
Why?
Plus, I have lapses in judgment, like coming on with you.
What are you talking about? Would you like to be a?
Well, everyone wakes up. Doesn't everyone wake up in the morning? Not a senator, but doesn't people wake up in the morning and saying, "Boy, if I were in charge, here's the things I do." The only job better than the one I have is mayor, and that's why I ran for it 4 years ago.
You wouldn't want to run for the Senate?
No.
You'll never run for the Senate.
We already have one overbearing Jewish guy in the Senate representing New York. I mean, it'll be like if you have me there and Chuck, it'll be like Yidlock in the Senate.
So when I was diagnosed with cancer, which was about a year ago.
Really? Tell me more about that.
Oh man. They said they recommended radiation, they recommended operation, all those kinds of things. I thought, well, let me go around to see all of those. I had the option of flying around the world and seeing all the best doctors on the planet, which I did. And the thing I asked them, and there's a point with all this, because I was concerned about the side effects. So I asked them about a Weiner warranty. Of which they told me, it was they lie about that. So, which brings me to this. Now, you could pronounce your name anyway.
Right.
Weiner or anything. So you must have taken enormous grief, and you have idiots like me who think it's amusing. So, what's been your experience with the Weiner name?
Well,
have you ever thought about pronouncing it Weiner?
You think that'd be better?
Yes,
I heard my last original Weiner joke in like the 5th grade.
Right.
And there are far more Wieners in New York than there are Imuses.
I understand that, but
I'm just like I
wasn't going to get an Imus guarantee. I wanted a Weiner guarantee, a Weiner warranty.
It certainly hasn't held me back, and perhaps it's made my name more memorable. I'm a middle class kid. I got elected to Congress and almost got elected to. Well, I ran for mayor, and so I've done pretty well with it. And Anthony Weiner, and a Jewish guy with an Italian first name. I'm doing okay.
But you have people like me and my 11-year-old son who are when we both think the same things are funny.
Right. Well, you're both kind of on the same emotional, intellectual level. But look, I've done pretty well with the name.
Now, well, good. Okay. So, and then see, you have a good attitude about it too, because doesn't he, Charles?
Rather than an infantile one, yes.
Yeah.
That you have.
So, because when Charles was snickering this morning, says, "When's Mr. Weiner coming down?" But it's just,
Well, when I first ran for office, my slogan was "Vote for Weiner, he'll be frank." Vote for Weiner, he'll relish your vote. Vote for Weiner, he's on a roll. We worked all the material in as best we could.
you know, Giuliani talking about running for governor of New York. Is that something you ever thought about?
Not really. I mean, look, I see my identity is so much wrapped up in the 5 boroughs and being a New York City person. I've really not had a desire to run statewide, and it's a very difficult job in governor right now. We have a largely dysfunctional state legislature.
Who's the other senator we have? What's her name?
Kirsten Gillibrand. She's doing a good job.
She is?
Yeah, you should have her on. She's actually got a good sense of humor.
Well, we'll handle booking, I guess. Thank you.
That's just a suggestion.
I just wondered. Well,
And maybe she can adjust your IV drip or whatever it takes to keep you going during the day.
Well, you've been a great sport, and you had to anticipate that on this program we'd have to address the Weiner issue, and I thought you handled it great.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You're more than welcome, and you're welcome anytime.
Thanks.
Congressman Anthony Weiner here at the Imus Morning Program.